All right, let's dive into a really powerful story today. It's an ancient parable about two celestial beings who get locked into this incredible conflict. And believe me, it's a story that's going to make you rethink what it really means to win. I mean, think about it for a second. When you find yourself in a disagreement or facing some kind of opposition, what does success really look like? Is it just about being stronger, about overpowering the other side? Or is there something more to it? Well, this story has a pretty surprising answer to that. Okay, so our story starts with these two incredibly powerful deities, and they couldn't be more different. They each represent a completely opposite way of living. You could almost say they're like forces of nature, totally destined to collide. So on one side, you've got Dhamma Deva Putta. This is a deity who is all about virtue. He travels the world teaching people about the 10 wholesome actions. Things like kindness, being honest, generosity. He's basically a beacon of light, trying to help everyone. And then on the other side, there's Athamma Devaputta, and he is the exact opposite. He pushes for the 10 unwholesome actions: selfishness, causing harm, sin. He is, for all intents and purposes, a force of darkness. So with two beings like this traveling the same world, you just know it's only a matter of time before they cross paths. And when they finally do, oh man, the confrontation is immediate, and it is intense. Just picture this scene, right? High up in the heavens, on this path that's only wide enough for one chariot to pass at a time, these two magnificent celestial chariots come to a dead stop, face to face. Nobody can move. You can just feel the tension in the air. And then the unrighteous deity, Adama Devaputta, just shatters the silence. He roars with this pure arrogance, demanding that the righteous one get out of his way. For him, this isn't about finding a solution. It's a raw challenge, a power play. And just like that, the followers of both deities start drawing their weapons. The sky, which was peaceful just a moment ago, is suddenly on the very brink of a celestial war. A battle between good and evil seems like it's not just possible, but absolutely about to happen. But this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. In this critical moment, as everyone is getting ready for this huge battle, the righteous deity, Dhamma Devaputta, does something nobody expects. He doesn't reach for his weapon. He just thinks. And you have to understand, he knows just how powerful he is. He's thinking to himself, if I just let myself get angry for a second, I could completely obliterate this guy and all his followers. Just poof, turn them all to dust. A victory using force would be easy. It would be quick. But then he asks himself this really crucial question. Is winning through anger and destruction, is that really a victory? If I stoop to his level, if I use his tactics, don't I lose the very thing I'm supposed to be fighting for? And so he makes this incredible choice to protect his own virtue, his core goodness, his integrity. He actively calms his mind, pushes that anger down, and decides to yield. He starts to move his chariot out of the way. But here's the crazy part. This act of giving way, it doesn't lead to his defeat. No, it triggers something way more dramatic, something that nobody, especially not his enemy, saw coming. The very instant that Dhamma Devaputta starts to move aside, a power that's far greater than any army in the sky steps in. It's like the universe itself decides to react, not to the fight, but to the very nature of who these beings are. And suddenly, the ground beneath the unrighteous deity's chariot just can't take it anymore. It can't bear the sheer weight of all his evil. It's like this natural law, this sort of moral gravity just kicks in. The earth cracks open, splits wide apart, and this terrifying abyss just opens up. And Adama Devaputta, his chariot and his entire army are swallowed whole, plunging down into the great abyss of Avici, the deepest hell. So get this, he wasn't defeated by his enemy at all. He was defeated by the consequences of his own actions. Wow. So what on earth can we take away from this incredible story? Well, it's that the righteous deity won, not by fighting, but by staying true to who he was. The real victory wasn't in avoiding the fight. It was in the choice he made before the fight. This whole tale is a perfect illustration of what true strength looks like, and it really comes down to three key ideas. First is patience, or khanti, having the power to control your anger, especially when someone is trying to provoke you. Second is compassion, or metta, having the grace to show kindness, even to someone who wishes you harm.
And third, and maybe most importantly, is virtue, or sila, that unbreakable commitment to your own principles, no matter what.
And that brings us right back to the question we started with. What is a true victory? It isn't about crushing your opponent. It's about being able to walk away from a conflict with your integrity, with your own goodness, completely intact. That is a victory that no one can ever take away from you. And just to add one last cool layer to this story, it's later understood that this parable is actually about a past life of the Buddha himself. He was the righteous deity. And his rival, Adama Devaputta, he would later be reborn as Devadatta, who is the Buddha's own cousin and his greatest rival. It just shows that this was a conflict that echoed through lifetimes. What a powerful story. It's really a timeless reminder that the greatest strength we have is often found in patience and kindness, and that true victory, well, that's always going to be inner peace. Thank you for joining me for this one. May you all be happy.